All right, we're back with the final demo in this series, I guess. This is the Eleague final with FaZe and Cloud9, and thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for hopping on and watching the stream. This series, man, years later, and I still remember it like it was yesterday, kind of thing. The crowd was just so wild. The casting was like perfect the entire time. It was an awesome series, and I'm happy to watch it. 1 sec, let me fix my crosshair. Okay, that didn't work. Never mind. I guess we're going with this crosshair. Okay, and I'll turn on the auto camera. There we go. All right, yeah. I you know, especially the last map, Inferno, was super memorable. There were so many like amazing rounds, and Cloud9 had that crazy comeback. They were up against the ropes kind of thing, and they just kept putting rounds on the board, and FaZe couldn't close it out. And yeah, I guess, yeah, the FaZe guys, you know, Nico, Guardian, Kerrigan, and Rain still have never won a major, as far as I know. I think only Olaf on FaZe won a major. Anyways, really cool storyline. FaZe were definitely the boogeyman. They were like the super tough team to beat at the time, and everybody thought it was basically a wrap. You know, as soon as Cloud9 made it to the finals, everyone's like, okay, you know, you guys did great, and yeah, you had a Cinderella run, but now it's time to put this to bed, right? But series, and I'm gonna watch all 3 maps tonight and just kind of talk out loud into my microphone and chat with you guys. That's the plan anyways. And I got a drink, and I got a glass of water because last night I was fucking parched. And I forget who frags out these first 2 maps. I know the last map, it's Tarek. Tarek just goes bananas. Goes banana on Inferno. Anyways, he has a great map on Inferno. And FaZe are going to full force into this round. Pretty much. Like, that's a weird force. Say they left a little bit of money on. Like, they forced with armor and pistols, but they didn't buy nades. Guardian just want to keep his money a little bit higher than everybody else. For op purchasing, I guess. Kind of a weird buy. Usually when you force, you know, you're going to spend all your money. I'm almost surprised to see Skadoodle with the scout, because Tarek has been scouting like this entire time. Okay, I'm gonna change the crosshair right after this round super fast. I think this round's just about a wrap. Okay, give me 1 sec. That's. I don't know if this is worse or fucking better. It's definitely bigger. Let me know what you think. I know it's kind of hard to see the small ones on stream, so I went like a little bit big. Didn't these guys cheat though? Who are we talking about? FaZe or Cloud9? I mean, you know, I make videos speculating about cheating and stuff a lot, but you know, I'm just like anybody else, right? I'm just kind of watching the demos and seeing what's happening. I've never really been, or at least I try not to be, the type of guy that's like, yeah, it's 100% that they're cheating or something like that. I try and leave, like, I'm just not sure, right? I do my best when I watch the demo, and I form an opinion when I look at it. But I'm not sure. Like, I thought Stewie was sketchy when he first got onto Cloud9, and I talked about it a lot. I have quite a few videos on it. But like, I don't know. I'm not sure. And I've always just been a fan of watching it too, right? Like, I know the YouTube page is centered around overwatching pro demos and stuff like that to see if there's anything sketchy going on. But I've always been a fan of watching it. And that's one of the reasons why I started the YouTube page, right? I felt like Flusha was taking advantage of the scene, a scene that I grew up with and loved so much. And it just didn't seem like anybody was doing anything about it. So that's kind of the, I guess, the reason why I started the channel in the first place. But I mean, me as a person and kind of a guy that just loves Counter-Strike, I've always enjoyed watching the games no matter what. Even if I think a player's cheating or something, if I'm just watching it for fun, I'll enjoy it. First gun round, Cloud9. That was their freebie round too. Or wait, no. Never mind. Sorry, I was busy talking. I didn't pay attention. They didn't buy that round, or they didn't full buy. It's hard to talk and pay attention at the same time here. All right, full buy on both sides here. They actually still have 2 Galils, with several phase guys not having head armor. So like that could definitely make an impact. I see personally I got turned down from CSGO, or turned off of CSGO, because of all the cheating that goes on in public matches in the pro scene. Yeah, I mean, it's really a personal... Ooh, that nade though, Stewie. It's really a personal decision on how certain, I guess, you want to be about the pro scene, right? Like, I make the videos and I tell people to kind of, you know, this is what I see when I look at it. But it's all about forming your own opinion, really. I try not to tell people what to think or anything. So it's really a personal choice on how you want to perceive the footage in the demo and what you think of it. I know the public, you know, I got to make a video of talking about like just the casual CSGO gaming experience and how cheating has kind of always been entwined with Counter-Strike. They go hand in hand. And I really need to make a video talking about like how frequent it is and like ways to avoid it, or just talk about like how hard it is to notice, even with these cheap cheats. Like there's free cheats out there now. There's a free cheat, it's called rat poison. Hasn't been detected in 4 fucking years. Like, isn't that insane? 4 years for a free cheat. And I mean, I did a cursory overview of it, and apparently it's because it's coded in Java, which is not really what VAC was designed to detect. Oh shit, Skadoodle. I was gonna get peek while planning. Oh, that's a fucking bummer, man. That was a nice shot. So yeah, I think I'm gonna put out a video about that relatively soon, in the next couple weeks. I'll maybe try out a few cheats or something and just showcase how bad it is, because you see a lot of comments on Reddit and stuff like that where people are like, yeah man, I haven't run into a cheater in weeks or months or whatever. It's like, bro, you wouldn't, like, first of all, legit hacking is the most common type. Legit hacking meaning they're hacking and you cannot visually tell. Hey, what's up, dude? Magnum Bolt. Need some guitar riffs in the background though, am I right? So legit yeah, like if somebody's legit hacking, you'd never be able to tell visually or even playing against them. And that is by far the most common way to cheat in CSGO. So anyways, I just feel like since you can't talk about it on the subreddit, you got to talk about it somewhere else. And like if there was a post on the subreddit talking about this rat poison cheat that I just mentioned, and say it got to the top of the subreddit, I bet you Valve would figure out a fucking way to VAC ban that cheat specifically because it got to the top of the subreddit, right? But since there's not community out, or there's not a community, not outbreak, but like outlash, I guess, at the cheating scene sort of thing, like the Valve can kind of take it easy, you know? Hey, we have our AI. It's like your AI is fucking garbage. Anyways, there's a reason Faceit players are the best Deagle players. What the fuck? Yeah, I mean the Faceit client anti-cheat is very good. I don't like I think you could play on, I don't know how it works. You could play on Faceit for a bit with just the server anti-cheat, But once you get the client, it's much, much harder to cheat. Like, very, very difficult. Same with ESEA. ESEA, it's nearly impossible for a casual person to be cheating and not get banned within a week. You could cheat on it, but you'll get banned in a week. And that's the way they set up their anti-cheat. Just so devs, like people developing cheats, they said if I'm a software developer, I'm making a cheat, I can't test it against the anti-cheat to see if it gets banned or if it's not getting banned. They leave that 1 week interval in there. Just so cheat devs can't learn too much about how it's kind of like account lockout procedures for like logging into like an email or something, right? Like try too many times you get locked out sort of thing. It's just to delay so these people can't brute force their way into getting knowledge. All right, 5-1, quite the start here from Cloud9. And a full save from FaZe. How do you feel about this match so far? How's the team set up? Let me pull up the mini map. Actually, I'll pull up the mini map on the gun round. Ooh. Nico's so nasty. He's always been so nasty. I am predicting a full-on default this round now that they know. Stewie still has a Mac 10? Is he going to buy? He might upgrade. They're going to do something fast if he keeps this Mac 10. I think he's going to keep it and they're going to do something fast out B. Right? Is that the call? Stewie going to B with the Mac 10. Oh no, he's going middle. Could he go through the smoke to go up cat? Yeah. No, it's coming connector. See now the fights that he's picking with that Mac 10 are tough, right? Well, they get in there. Now Stewie can upgrade for free. He needed that shot. Dude, get your fucking guns out. What the fuck? That was way too close. Way too close to losing that round. That would have been one of the classic NA throws there. I watched the games today. EG and Team Liquid played today. And it was extremely disappointing. They were both like, they both had games where they made this massive comeback. EG, on their first map, they were down 14-4. They come back, get it to overtime, and then lose in overtime. Then they win the second map. Then the third map, they're down 14-4 again. They bring it all the way back, get it into overtime, and then they fucking lose in overtime again. It's like, god damn. And yes, Device was murdering EG. Or sorry, Device was murdering Liquid, sorry. Yeah, like he had an ace. I remember he had an ace in sight when they were coming up catwalk. He was just styling on them. It was disgusting. And that was another game. It looked like Liquid was like coming back into that game. And Astralis just said, no, Liquid, you're actually never going to beat us. And that's what happened. They didn't beat them. Good games today. It was really good games today, actually. I wanted to cast that fucking women's Valorant because I got approved to live stream it, but it's at 3 o'clock, which is really not ideal for me. Oh shit! Automatic getting some kills on the way out. Yeah, it starts at 3 and it ends at like 6 or 7. So it was kind of cool that I got approved to co-cast, or to not co-cast it, but to like watch party it, where I can watch it live and stream it. But yeah, those times aren't ideal. And I don't know what the market is on women's Valorant. If it's like the WNBA or what. The viewership's not insane, but it's actually pretty good games. Like they're really good. The girls are really good. Full on default, eh? I talked earlier when they played VP. VP's default, like they'd often not have a guy at A ramp, and then like no map coverage for sit like that for a minute. Like when Cloud9 rotates off A, you know that they're hitting B very soon here. Like they're not gonna let FaZe get info on A ramp. It's a really good T-side bump from Cloud9 though. Kerrigan whiffing that fucking flash. It's like they knew he was playing there, eh? It's a perfect flashbang for him. I mean, they flashed the shit out of everything, to be fair, but... What about the Valorant Men's League? Yeah, they're a little bit better in the Men's League as well. And I didn't get approval for that. I asked for approval for the next Challenger series, but it wasn't mentioned in the email I got. But I might try and stream some anyways. We'll see. It'd be funny if they called... No, the Women's League was called Game Changers, right? I think. And then the Men's League... The Men's League was fucking Challenger series. Yeah. The application included like the request to get approval to the men's games too, but they didn't mention it in the email. And they like give you the official overlays, like the stream overlays, to put when you're co-streaming it or when you're watch partying it. And I only got the one for the Game Changers stream. Jesus Christ, what a shit show here at Connector. Tarek's, oh, I was going to say Tarek's doing great, making space there, but he eventually gets caught. Rip. There's a Valorant LAN coming up soon. Yes, sir. It's in Iceland or Greenland. And I think it's in May? It's in May. It's pretty soon. And yeah, it's international. They're actually already playing on LAN in Korea. Like both teams are in studio when they play all those Korean matches. But yeah, the international LAN is going to be insane for Valorant. I'm probably going to make content for that, to be honest. I watch a lot of Valorant, so I'm definitely going to make some content for that. And there's not going to be a CS, like, who knows? Maybe they'll surprise us with a CSGO LAN in the next couple months, but everyone's kind of looking forward just to the major, right? But yeah, that Valorant LAN is going to be sick. Riot's production quality is something else. They put a lot of effort into it, and they do a good job. They have like custom song, or they have like fucking custom songs for like the League of Legends things. It's pretty cool. I wish they had a demo system though. Olaf just up here killing people by himself. Holy shit. Yeah, if they had a demo system in Valorant, I would probably do a lot more Valorant content. Especially since I know my demographics are mostly American people watching. And like the NACS scene is pretty slim these days. Riot's creativity department has been carrying League for years. Yeah. I mean, I know Riot's got plenty of bad press, and they've done some dumb shit in the past, sort of thing. But so far, it looks like they're doing okay in Valorant. I mean, their production quality has been really good, and obviously the anti-cheat is very good. It's it's like ESEA levels of anti-cheat at the bare minimum, probably even better. Like the ESEA anti-cheat was initially coded by what the fuck was his name? Jaguar? And that dude was, I don't know, like it was just one guy, right? Like he was a little scummy, I don't know. He was a little scummy a little bit, and I just feel like a company putting actual effort behind an anti-cheat can do much better, especially if you're going to give it like root level access or ring 0 level access to a system. It's also cool how we get Scream Existence versus Steel Days, Hiko, etc. Yes, exactly. I've always loved following like the storylines between like the storylines with the old CS:GO players and stuff coming into Valorant. Actually, Hiko and Dazed have to actually qualify before we get that storyline. That's not here yet, but Shazam and his team should be qualified, or they're very close. I think they just need a couple more points to get in since they won the first Masters series. I think Scream in G2 got knocked out very early though, if I remember right. The EU scene is a little bit more up in the air than the NA scene for Valorant. It's so hard. Like, Tarek's just alone in middle A. It's so hard to work middle on this map by yourself. But he's doing a good job. Jesus. This was when Guardian was still good. It was crazy how... Oh, shit. It was crazy how much he fell off, eh? I mean, he had some wrist injuries and stuff, but he was just god tier for so long. And then it's like his skill level just fell off a cliff. It's crazy how fast it changes. Game changes fast, man. Yeah, Guardian really wanted this major for sure. I mean, Guardian did his part, right? He fucking popped off. Quite the story arc with Kerrigan too, eh? Like, Kerrigan kind of got shit on a little bit because he had bad performances on, and he's back on FaZe again. I actually like the new FaZe roster. I think they're going to do good. Eventually. Although I've always liked Twist as a player. Automatic's going nuts here, eh? 18 kills. New FaZe could be sick. Hope Rain gets good again. Yeah. I was watching Twist's his stream, and he was playing some Valorant, and he was obviously really fucking good at it. And I was worried. I'm like, don't tell me there's another guy going to Valorant, but then he signed with FaZe, so they're all good. But he had some sick highlights, and actually I put it in the video I made of him. Some pretty nice highlights that he had in Valorant. But Valorant, it's almost like too easy to aim for like these guys that are top tier aimers. It's like 1Ds and stuff are still kind of special in CS, even for the top players, but like all you see are 1Ds in Valorant. It's a little bit too easy to hit for pro players. Guardian's decline reminded me of Skadoodle a few years earlier. Yeah, he was in the conversation for best op in the world, and he just became so much more inconsistent out of nowhere. Yeah, you're totally right. It was basically Guardian and Skadoodle were the two best operators in the world, and then everybody else was like a mile away. This was like post Kenny S era. Kenny S was nuts in what was it, 2014, and then Skadoodle 2015, 2016ish. A little bit hard to remember, but yeah, Skadoodle had some really good years for sure. And he was not a big CS player before that. He came from AVA. He had a little bit of CS 1.6 experience. But as soon as CSGO hit the ground, he got on a team with the Michael 3D and gang on Hold Mouse 1. And they won the first season of ESCA Invite with a group of guys that weren't even really CSGO players. Skadoodle played Combat Arms. I don't know what that is. I know he definitely was a pro. Like, he played professional LAN games in AVA on like a real team and stuff. We get some money right here. Yes, sir. Look at that, 4 guys, 1 clip. That'll do. Now he's loaded. Skadoods with 9,300. Right up to the op. No fucking around here, eh? They're just hitting A right away. Rush very passive. I don't know, like, it's got, if you're passive like that, you just have to plan for the retake, right? Rush wasn't even smoked out. Like, Rush would never even got smoked, surprisingly. So I guess he just lost the gunfight. Look at this, Nico too aware. Gonna catch Stewie if I catch it on camera here. There we go. I noticed something the observer didn't. I'll put it back on observer camera. There's no way. I can't believe they didn't. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't just go through the murder hole and try and get that op. It's like, yeah, I know you're a little bit broke, but you could have sacrificed one. Like, they had 5 alive. They could have sacrificed 2 guys for that. Yeah, well. Now they're double opping. I always like this angle, that Terrikson. I always love that angle. It's like whenever I buy an op on Mirage, I just immediately go up there and take that fight. Oh, sorry. I was trying to figure out what the fuck they were gonna do. Jesus Christ, eh? They just lose all the aim battles. Nice shot. Now they gotta hunt for it, right? Only got 3 guys alive, but sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. It's all about fucking timing, eh? Like CSGO timing right there. Skadoodle was looking at that fucking doorway for like a minute, and he didn't walk out. Just got out timinged. Now they got a full save. That op would have been handy. I'd really like to see NA get back on top in CS. I don't know if it's ever gonna happen. It seems like it's so competitive now, but I'm sure the like the major coming up at the end of the year is gonna be insanely competitive. With the bigger prize pool, like the $2 million prize pool. all the teams are gonna boot camp hard for it for sure. Nice little peek there. Shit, that was a little funky off angle by Skadoodle too. Do you think NA will be top tier in Valorant? That's such a hard question to answer. I don't know. It's weird to say, like, a lot of people think Korea is going to be eventually at the top, which might be true, but like Korea has always been so garbage in Counter-Strike. It's just weird to think of them being a top holy fuck, that's a 1D there, eh? It's weird to think of Korea as a top first-person shooter type of country. I don't know. I think NA is a little bit ahead of EU. Actually, you know what? I will say I think actually Sentinels are probably the top team in the world. But the rest of NA, it's not as clear cut. I think it looks like Sentinels right now at least are a cut above everybody else. But the scene is also changing insanely fast. Like meta changes and teams that were really good at one point aren't any good anymore, sort of thing. Like TSM used to be the best team in North America, and it was not that long ago. It was only like 6 months ago, and now they're considered trash tier, and they didn't change any players. Like 100 Thieves won First Strike, and they were considered basically the top team. They won it with a bit of a caveat because Sentinels had some personal issues they had to deal with, etc. But they were considered like the top team in North America when they won it, and now they're considered top 5, maybe 4th or 5th. I don't know. It's very exciting, and honestly, the CS scene is not as exciting as Valorant to me right now. You really hope Riot doesn't go the League route with one international tournament a year. Is that what they do in League? That sounds like fucking garbage. Yeah, I'm all for chilling out with like CSGO had too many international tournaments in my opinion. And I think I mentioned this before, but like I remember Sadokist mentioned his travel dates from one of the years where he was just casting all the tournaments sort of thing. So he had the same travel schedule as like the top Counter-Strike teams, and he was away from home like 250 days of the year, like on planes, going from country to country, casting games and shit like that. And it would have been the same for most of the teams. Like that, it was too much for a while in CS:GO. I think the magic number is like 3 to 5 international tournaments a year. Yeah, 2 regional splits and a big tournament at the end. They have 1 tournament in the middle. It's sort of a joke tournament. Okay. I guess we'll see what happens. Like it's exciting because the scene is constantly evolving for Valorant, and I don't know if Valve is going to answer back. Maybe they'll surprise everybody and come up with an answer to Valorant, right? Because it's got to be affecting their bottom line eventually, right? They used to have an open circuit, which was amazing. Yeah, that was the thing. Closed it, and then so now like Riot runs all the tournaments, right? And it used to be run by like independent tournament organizers. That's what you mean, eh? It looks like Valorant, or at least Riot, has teamed up like with they've already made some partnerships with a few tournament organizers, like these Nerd Street Gamers. They've put on a shitload of tournaments now. But I heard like that was the thing with League of Legends as well. They partnered up with like real tournament organizers who did a good job and everything, but Riot still kind of cut them out of the scene. Like they let the tournament organizers build up the scene only to cut them out after it was like built up to where they wanted to take over. I don't know. It's, yeah, that's not ideal. It's kind of like I don't know, like Valve literally doesn't do anything, but maybe Riot does too much, right? And it's like, where's the happy middle ground where you have a developer that's involved nicely and keeping the game fresh, but you don't want to have a developer like Valve where they just sit on their piles of money and ignore the game and they don't do shit, right? Especially from like VAC for public players is fucking garbage. And yeah, so now you have to buy in to get a spot into their leagues. Oh, right. Yeah, and to be in like the top tiers are worth a shitload of money too, eh? Like the teams that are in the professional level in League of Legends are worth like a shitload. Fuck, it looked like FaZe was gonna get the shit kicked out of them, but they've won like they've won the last 6 rounds. Stu with the good read there, eh? Oh, he gets spotted. So unlucky, as if Rain looks to fucking A ramp. What are the chances? Fuck, as if. Yeah, the rounds weren't even that close. That's true. It was all like just gets slaughtered. I didn't remember. Like, does FaZe win the first map? It looks like they're gonna. I couldn't remember. Cloud9 was really against the ropes this whole major run, starting like in the Swiss format. They started down 0-2, so any loss after that in the Swiss format, they would have been gone. Then they had to fucking knock out Astralis in the Swiss format. Astralis didn't even make the playoffs. Crazy. The script writers got it right. Am I right? Couldn't write a better script than this, really. Whenever you see Cloud, like whenever I saw them with double op, I was always like, okay, now, oh, what the fuck? Holy shit! I didn't see that coming. Holy fuck, he just wrecked him through the smoke. I was gonna say, I always feel so confident when I see them with double ops. Then Rain swings and just decapitates Stewie. Shit. Yeah, they're fucking losing this map, bro. Damn, they were down a map too to FaZe. FaZe must, you know what? These guys on FaZe, they must have been pissed when they lost this. FaZe were destined to win the majors. Yes, you're absolutely right. And of course, this was in Boston in North America, right? Like if this was in, oh shit, sorry. Ah, what the fuck? My fast forward got ahead of me. Okay, we missed a round. My bad. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, it was in Boston, of course, where, like, of course, everybody's chanting for Cloud9, right? And everybody fucking wants FaZe to lose. If it would have been anywhere in Europe, like, this whole major would not have had the same meaning at all. It would have just been a bunch of pissed off Europeans that FaZe lost. My camera set? Yeah, I gotta put that back on. There we go. This is kind of like what VP was doing. Like, they're spending a significant amount of time not worrying about A ramp. And they're not worried about Cloud9 pushing it. I wonder if Cloud9 got scouted that they don't really push A ramp. I feel like they do, though. I guess they're hitting B pretty quickly here. It's all close maps, eh? Fuck. And pretty well balanced. Like, Tarek carries them on other maps, and Stewie had a good tournament as well, but like, the fragging was so well balanced for Cloud9 the whole time. Like, the whole tournament run. Here we go with the B hit again. Such a close map. It's right down to the wire. Oh, Skadoodle just missed. Man, I feel, you know what? I really feel for the FaZe guys for losing this. Oh, it was a fucking heartbreaker, dude. It was a fucking heartbreaker. That's map 1, boys. I remember losing, like when I was playing basketball. Losing games against like teams late in tournaments and stuff like that, where it's a close game and you kind of battle the whole game, and just going back to the locker room, and it's just like you can't even describe the mood unless you're, I don't know, when you play at like a decent level sort of thing. Like, wait, this is not the right fucking demo. One sec. There we go. Could have been NA's last shot at a major, maybe. Yeah. I mean, honestly, NA got shit on with, like, Liquid was supposed to win some majors as well, if you recall. Liquid lost in the finals twice, right? At least once. They lost in the finals with Simple. I think they lost in the finals another time, and then they lost in the finals against Astralis right at the tail end of their. Right at the tail end of their Intel Grand Slam run. They lost to Astralis at the major that followed the Intel Grand Slam right afterwards. They were the #1 ranked team in the world, and they lost to Astralis. Yeah, SK Luminosity. I mean, same thing, right? Fucking phase up a map even too, and Cloud9 brings. Look at that even distribution of frags. What a team. What a team. And Cloud9 has disbanded their team, their current CS:GO roster temporarily, they said. Which, I mean, is a big bummer for Henry G, I'm sure. He's kind of joined Yanko and like, he's probably gonna head back to the caster desk. I don't know. The guy's still got to work, right? I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do at Cloud9 with no CS:GO team. Rip Colossus, yeah, exactly. I mean, you know what? The Colossus thing, yeah. You know, you got to be confident in what you're doing, and you're trying to hype up your team and your guys, right? Oh, jeez, it's Glocks, dude. What the fuck? Yeah, so the whole Colossus comment, like, I mean, I didn't hate it. You know, you gotta hype up the boys. You gotta give them something to work for. But it did not work out for Cloud9 at all. Yeah, they said they were disbanding the current team and putting their CS:GO on. How I read it. So I don't know. There must be a thing in the contracts where they can just get out of the player contracts as a team. I don't know. But yeah, they are no more. Baptiste. Good to see. Good to be seeing Henry G back on the casting couch. Which honestly I wouldn't mind at all. He was a good caster. Rush is playing with fire there. Holy fuck, dude. Possibility of losing Zeppo to Valorant as well and Floppy, yes, definitely. Honestly, Valorant it's getting so competitive now. It's not going to be easy just because you're tier 1 pro. Well, I mean, Zeppo and Floppy, arguable, not tier 1 pros, but definitely it's getting crowded now. There's not many teams, or there's not many orgs looking for teams anymore. Most orgs already have a team, so they're not necessarily going to be able to just transfer over no problem. You know what I mean? They could try. I'm sure somebody will pick them up, but it's getting competitive. Especially since you're at like a, it's a year or 9-month disadvantage, right? Everybody else has a huge head start on you. Skadoods. That was a wallbang? What? Must have hit him through the corner of the wall a little bit. It's a tough choice for like these young guys to make too, right? Because they want to have a long esports career, and I think there's a legitimate argument that Valorant, like from today, Valorant might be around for the next 10 years. Maybe CS:GO isn't, or maybe CS:GO is smaller. So it's a very difficult decision, especially if you're North American, because the CS scene in North America is not looking hot right now. And these guys have to try and make a decision for the next 5 years or however long they want to play, right? You don't want to fucking be playing a game that's dead. That's why young kids coming up don't say that they're going to go pro in CS Source. Like, you got to pick a game that's thriving, right? And you want to pick a game that's going to be thriving for a long time. CS:GO 2 is going to come out and blow up this planet. I hope so. That might require Valve to do something though, which is not their forte. But I hope it does. I hope CS:GO 2 comes out and it's a fucking banger. Especially if you make your mark early in the scene. Yeah. Ooh, I thought he had that. Man, Cloud9 was up so, like, didn't they win 12 rounds on their T side or something ridiculous? Or they had an awesome lead. And they won 10 rounds? And they blew it on Inferno, eh? Look at the garbage smoke. Skadoodle just threw that smoke. What a garbage smoke you threw, bro. There's a fucking huge gap in it. Thanks for smoking bathrooms, dude. Fuck me. Rush almost died for that. It's the worst smoke ever. Kerrigan adjustments. Was he doing something shady or what? I didn't notice. Nico without a kill still. 5 rounds in. I mentioned this last time, but Astralis follows up that molly. Sorry, I missed a kill. They follow up the molly here on the short pipe with a grenade, and it would have just wrecked the 3 terrorists there that were waiting for the molly to expire. And like it's kind of come in and out of the meta now in the current times, but at the time, like, that's what Astralis was doing. And you can see how Astralis kind of figured out the whole grenade game, right? They were really the first ones to just do an insane amount of damage with grenades. Now, I was thinking about how C9 were up massively both games so far. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could be right. Just good IGLing. Yeah, for sure. I watched like the Thorin, I think Thorin, his video on Nico. Holy shit, what am I? God damn, it worked. I was against an eco round, but still. Is Tarek here by himself? Like, where's his fucking team? What the fuck? But yeah, I watched the Thorin video that he did on Nico, and he was saying Nico is like the antithesis of Thorin and his vocabulary, right? Said Nico's the antithesis of like an in-game leader. Like an in-game leader and Nico just do not commingle and they cannot coexist. And I thought that was interesting. So it's kind of true, right? Like Nico, he always seems to just get a hold of these teams and he starts calling or then he pushes out the in-game leader like he kind of pushed out Kerrigan. I think that's kind of how it went down. And the guy has yet to really find true success in CSGO. Like, he hasn't won a major, even though he's been a top 5 player fucking forever. Last two executes have been rough, running into a meat grinder, yeah. Well, now they got the man advantage here. Skadoodle is not paying attention to that. Yeah, exact same thing with God B. And then God B went on to have some success with Big, right? And they had put together a pretty good team. I feel like Rush is a little far away, right? Needed to get active. Oh, okay, never mind. Now you lock it automatic, or you get Rush to lock it. Holy shit! Oh, I remember that nade. Oh my god, what a clutch! They did not deserve to win that round. What a fucking nade! I remember that now. That was so good. It was like, dude, what were the chances of them winning that fucking round? Oh my god, what an amazing clutch. Automatic was so good in the clutch. Speaking of automatic, he's got $15,000 in the bank right now. Shit. G2's not looking great either. You're 100% right. And they were supposed to be world beaters. Like, they were expected to get to be like a top 3 team once they got Nico, right? Boston Magic chiming in. Yeah, man. Yeah, once G2 added Nico, they were supposed to be a force. And it's like, didn't really happen. I mean, yeah, the team's good. And yeah, Nico's good and he performs. And they just don't have, they just can't put the pieces together. It's kind of like the same story that Nico's always had. The team just cannot put the pieces together. All right, Rush. Can you keep the dream alive? The 16-0. Ah, shit. Guardian was ready for it. Would you say the same applies to Simple? Clearly an amazing player, but no matter what his team is, they can't get a clean run going. That's a good question. I think so, but maybe to a little bit lesser of a degree. He seems to really, like, Simple seems to be trying to fit into the system in Navi a little bit more. Like, he's really stuck it out with that team, and like, yeah, there's no other CIS teams, and he already tried North America. But when he joined Liquid, and he started playing official matches with Liquid, I remember him playing like the biggest fucking asshole, like in rounds where he clearly, like a 5 versus 1 where he should clearly be saving his op, he would stick around right outside the bomb site trying to get exit frags and then obviously die. And he'd be like charging in, rushing with op first. It was like peanut brain level decisions that just made no sense when he was on liquid. And yeah, he adjusted and started playing more seriously around the major and stuff like that. But right off the hop, I'm like, this dude does not respect this team at all. Is what like the vibe that I got. And I was so excited to see him play. And then I did, and I'm like, is this guy for fucking real? Like, it looked like he was trolling the decision making that he had. Demos to talk about this, actually. I remember this very vividly because I was super pissed. But now Simple's changed. Like, he is trying to be more of a team player, and he is trying to fit into the system at Navi, but I just feel like they don't have a system at Navi. And he hasn't really surfed around other teams like Nico has. Like, Nico, it's the same story on most sports, FaZe, and G2. Especially FaZe and G2. FaZe and G2 were meant to be, like, incredible teams, and they never were. Like, most sports, they weren't really supposed to be world beaters even when he was on their team. They weren't supposed to be that amazing. But yeah, it's a similar storyline for sure. These nades, man, in this game. Alright, 8-2 for Cloud9. I'm back. Welcome back, dude. Mouse could have been sick. Next was so insane when he was up. They could have been, but like, I feel like most sports is just, I don't know, they're just never destined to be a great team, you know what I mean? Aw, man, where's your help, Skadoodle? Where's your teammate? I guess he was the one man left, and then there, okay, never mind. He was just kind of soloing it. Well, he's just missing. Alright, what do we got here? Speaking of Guardian, really wanted to win this major. 13 kills for Guardian, 3 kills for next closest teammate. Shit. I'm actually pumped to go to that third map. These fucking time, way too many timeouts per game. Just kills the action. You must be North American, Alex, right? Yeah, the clutches in the last map were insane. Skadoodle, please don't fucking get caught again. Oh my god, dude. Non-stop big dick plays from both teams, yeah. And like the casting was insane too. Oh, you're Norwegian. No shit, eh? Surprised you'd be watching this VOD then. Or be watching this demo with me. I feel like it was like a North American thing. Dude, what time is it over there? What the fuck? $2:40 a.m. Fucking A. Alright, FaZe is clawing back some rounds on T side here. I'd be a terrible caster. I feel like it's so hard. Like the not the play-by-play guys. I guess that's its own talent in its own right. But the like the color commentators, like Sponge and Moses and like Launders and stuff like that, to actually add like in-depth analysis as a game is like live, going live and stuff like that, to talk about things that are happening. Dude, it's so hard. I feel like I just spend all my time thinking, and then I can't talk and think at the same time. Meanwhile, the casters in Valorant are fucking garbage. Except for Sean Gears and DDK. Everybody else is just brutal. For the most part. Like, there's some, like, I guess Vancilli is okay. He's like an old school CS guy, Vancilli. He's alright. There's Dust, Moret a little bit. He's I don't know about that guy. I mean, but he's been around forever. At least he's trying to grind it, right? But you check demos and write tendencies, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you're going to be doing color stuff, yeah. I remember when I was, like, when I first fired up the channel and stuff like that, I would start noticing teams running the same strats kind of over and over again, and you do kind of get a you get a read on their tendencies very quickly. Actually, the two first demos I did when I came back both had Vitality in them. My first review was of Zaiwu, and then the second one was Simple when he played against Vitality. And Vitality ran the exact same pistol round strat both games. So you can imagine like a scouting team or a demo analyst for these teams and stuff like that. They'd figure all that shit out very quickly. You really got to vary your strats. Another good clutch by these boys, eh? I feel like North American CS went so many years just being total dog shit at clutching out rounds. It seemed like they would lose every situation, and then finally they started getting better with it. Like this major, I remember being like, holy shit, they like in a 2v2 we won? And we won again? It's like... This doesn't make any sense. This is a good take, actually. They probably knew that two were at long, and the rotate from long is very long. I mean, bummer for them that they didn't get it, but it made sense with the map read that they had, right? Because they had a player die long, and that Opper's not going to be there by himself, so you can conclude that there's two at long. And then if you take B, like to get from A long to B is a very long rotate. That was a good call. Well, there for sure. I feel like Nico's going to win this. What did he just molly? He just mollied fucking nowhere. Oh, dude, he's so filthy. He's so fucking filthy with his little taps. All right, second half. Lots of nades for Cloud9. Oh. Okay. That steals the fun out of the pistol round. $93. Did you just look that up? How'd you find that? Or did it pop up on the screen? 93-7 pick'em predictions for FaZe. That's fucking insane. Yeah, it really was that lopsided. Rain used to be nasty in bathrooms. Yeah, it looks like it. I remember Rain was always nasty with the USP too. It popped up, damn. That's crazy. Ooh. I remember it really was, you know, like the analysts and everybody thought this was basically a done deal for FaZe. They thought like just Cloud9 getting to the finals was like a miracle. All right, Rush, you got the Glock, 20 bullets, and a dream. Another timeout, eh? All right. What'd I miss? I stepped away for a sec there. Okay. 13-4 for Cloud9. Still looks like there's a lot left in this demo. The demo viewer kind of spoils it, eh? Like, you can see how many rounds are left, but it's all good. How are our frags looking here? The story of Cloud9, eh? They're still all super close. They all performed really well. Laggy as shit? Really? Oh yeah, it looks like I dropped some frames. We'll see if it figures itself out there. Yes. Stu got an entry with a boost short. Somehow they didn't check it. Oh, okay, so I actually did miss something. Thanks. Well, I'm glad somebody was watching it. These are the type of rounds when you lose, like, fuck me. Look at, they're not even close. Automatic and Stu are just lit. Look, they're going to come back after I'm talking shit, but it'd be so frustrating to see them lose rounds like this. It's like, I know the pistols in CSGO are strong and everything. Actually, I think Skadoodle wins this. I think I've seen this. Yeah, I have seen that. But like, fuck, just watching them get like picked off by the CZs and stuff. I don't know. It's like you think they're gonna close out the game and then they rip, they pull defeat from the jaws of victory. It's still laggy, eh? One sec, I'm just gonna lower my bitrate a little bit. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. What the fuck? Alright. Okay, let's see if that's better. Yeah, the 5.7 was really good. I always loved the 5.7 too, personally. Just pick a nice close angle for it. Start blasting when you see someone. It was like every time I bought a 5.7, I felt like I was gonna get a kill. Didn't they nerf it at some point? I thought they nerfed it so it used to be a one-shot headshot at very close range or something. I think they nerfed it. It's hard to keep up with like the minute balance changes that they do since I don't really play very often. Yeah, like 4 years ago. Okay, that's about the timeline I work on. Just getting up to speed, bro. I don't like changes. That's why I play Counter-Strike, because they almost never change it. Honestly, I'd be fine with Valve never touching any of the guns balance-wise ever again. Don't touch them. Don't add anything. Don't take anything away. Make the game exciting through just creating new maps and stuff like that. I don't want to see them touch any of the fucking guns. I don't want to see a new gun show up. I don't want to see anything changed with the guns. Keep it. It's not perfect, but it's close enough, and I don't want them to fuck anything up. Just give me some new maps, like once a year, maybe 2 times a year. Or maybe we can integrate one new map for the pro scene once a year. I think that'd be a good cadence for the pro scene. And it would keep things a little bit fresher. Just battle passes? I don't even know. Yeah, I mean, they can make as many skins and shit as they want and release them. I don't give a fuck about that, but I actually liked the, like I mentioned this yesterday, I think the co-op operations and stuff like that. You need the operations as well, just to get some fresh content to people. But I don't know, man. It's like there's one guy working on CSGO at Valve, and he's been on vacation for a year. He's on maternity leave. Or paternity leave. Oh, rip automatic. It's like the operations you see. It's like, you know, they couldn't have been that much work for a company worth like $10 billion at least. You know, like they threw a couple maps together and stuff like that. That's stuff like that the community does every now and then. You know, they couldn't have been that much work, yet they fucking take so long to make new ones. I feel like all I do is bitch and moan about Valve on this. But it's true. It's all so true. Look at the other games. The other games have tons of content coming out. And it's not like the operations are free. We have to fucking buy them, so it's a way for them to make money as well. It's fine. So you'll moan and bitch about Riot as well. Yeah, I'm sure I will. I'm absolutely sure I will. Well, I already kind of like, one of the things I don't like about Valorant is how fast the agents come out. But my understanding is it's the same in League of Legends, where they come out with new heroes quickly, and it kind of changes the meta. And you, like, to stay up to date with that, you really need to be plugged into the game and playing it often. But like Valorant, I'll take a break for like a month or two, and I'll come back and play a game. There's a new fucking agent, so it totally changes like how you would play a game. Like now there's a new agent that makes fake footsteps and can teleport behind you and stuff like that. It's just, I mean, it's not that hard to keep up, but it's hard to casually kind of keep up, I guess. But that's really just competitive and stuff, and I play other modes. What a spray down. That's just murder coming. If you can't get that guy blind that's watching Monster, even if you can't get him blind, like, you're just gonna get fucking blasted. They're gonna have to put in gimmicks after a while. It seems like they make one agent every 3 months, I think is what it is. Is it every 3 months or every 4 months? But in my opinion, that's too many. Like that's way too many. Like, it's just you're changing the entire meta of the game, assuming the agent is played at the pro level. Well, you're definitely changing the meta for the casual level because somebody's gonna pick the new agent, obviously. And then the pro level, like, if the agent gets picked, you're totally changing the meta. And, I mean, it's not like they don't have, like, Valorant, the Riot team has other shit to work on, too. They need a demo system that they said they were going to make. And their maps, they still don't have enough maps to do a best of 7. At the start of Valorant, there was best of 5 finals. And they had to play the same map twice because they didn't have enough maps at the time. It was before Icebox. And so they had 3 maps, but the best of 5 needed, I think it was 4 games. It went to 4 games. So they played the same map fucking twice. It was so stupid. These crisp 1Ds, eh? They're so satisfying. Ooh, I thought Kerrigan was getting a kill there for sure. That was a good play by Rain to push that smoke. Like, he was getting crunched from the stairs, right? It was a good play for him to push that smoke. Take a fight that you know is there, rather than trying to look at 2 different angles. Usually in a 3v4 like this, the team would try and get info as a CT, but FaZe is really not trying to get info at all. They're just kind of playing straight up and relying on Nico to just fucking smash. God damn, he's insane, dude. Sometimes he's insane. I thought Cloud9 was closing it out that round. Now they're saving. A good flashbang through there, eh? Shit, they're all blind as shit. I'm surprised one of them wouldn't run up being a little anti-flash, but... Big whiffs. The nade. Alright, I think we got it this round. Timeout again, of course. FaZe is loaded too. Like, look at the money they have on their team. Shitload of money on everybody. Hey, I didn't turn that off, did I? No action long. Nobody's going long. Rain's getting frisky. That's what happens when you don't really do a default, right? I wonder if they're going to be aware of that. They're just, like, he's just not going to get in the action. Else Skadoodle might see him. The timings here, like they came out of... What are these timings I'm seeing? Holy shit. If Rain would have pushed a little bit earlier and caught them coming out of like the stairway, it would have been a much different round. Automatic was so good in late rounds, eh? Automatic was just ultra clutch. Very, very fucking good late round player. I would have liked to, honestly, it would have been nice if, I would have loved to see more success from Automatic, to be honest. Going to map 3 here. It's crazy. He was so good, and then he just kind of stuck around on Cloud9 a little bit too long, and the team kind of became shit. Alright, last map, boys. This is the doozy. Was it Envy he ended up on? I forget. Wasn't he on Gen G as well? I'd have to look it up. I kind of lost track once he wasn't really playing at the top level anymore. The Flush Automatic C9 roster looked decent. Yeah, they had some good rounds, or they had some good results. Do that. There we go. All right. Okay, I'll be right back. Actually, I'm going to fill up my water. All right. I just talked up Automatic and his clutching. Oh, and I thought he was going to clutch another one. All right, this is the map we've all been waiting for, and I actually did a demo review on it recently. I did Skadoodle's game on this map, just because Skadoodle got the last kill, and it was, I don't know, his last, the interview that he did at the end was a bit of a heart wrencher, kind of tugged at the heartstrings a little bit. So I checked out his demo on this map. It was really good. He had a really good performance, and he closed out a few rounds himself. And considering he had that run of, I think, like 4 or 5 straight playoffs, and then to come into the playoffs, get to the finals, and have a really good performance was huge. Actually, a lot of these guys really did not make it to the finals in tournaments very often. They weren't considered world beaters by any means, and the Nerves, they just did not get to them. They still played really well. And they were young too, eh? Like Automatic was he was 20 when he got signed by Cloud9, and then so he would have been what, 20 or 21 for this major. Tarek was super young. Stewie 2K was super young. Actually, I don't know how old Rush is, but Skadoodle would have been like 23 at this time. They were all like a pretty young team. Like Skadoodle had been grinding for a while, so it kind of, you know, he, like I've said before, he was kind of on his way out. And he had been around the scene for a long time. Like he was in the CSGO scene right away, but he was still a relatively young player for this Boston major. Like when he was playing on I Buy Power, he was like 19, if I recall correctly. I should look that up. I might be wrong. One sec. Let me see how old he is. I think he might be a touch older. Okay, he's 27 now. Okay, so he would have been 24 for this major. So yeah, a little bit older than I thought. And about 19 when CSGO came out. When he kind of had his breakout performances. Guardian with the fucking Mag 7, eh? See that timing? Automatic looks down mid and it gets peeked right away. Holy fuck. And Olaf gets the AK. Alright, Skadoodle, I just talked you up about your clutches, dude. Let's see you win one. That's a good intel grab. Now he knows they're both coming this way, right? I remember this, yeah. Shit show. Gets stabbed, but he wins it with the deagle. Alright, that's one clutch for Skadoodle. And like, it felt like every round was coming down to the post plant in this, right? Like, they'd plant and then there'd be retakes and they'd all be so close. Oh, I love that nade. Oh, they just missed. I thought it was going to be a double nade. I think it was a good nade, but it must have... Like, I think it clipped an edge because those nades were super close to Tarek. But I think it clipped the edge in the flower pots, so the nade did 0 damage. Those nades should have done a lot more damage to him. Methinks. Probably a top 3 game of all time. I would agree, for sure. Yeah, just like it not like the game itself was amazing as well, but like the storyline to get to the game was insane. When I think the second night when I was live streaming on Tuesday, like Vital CSGO was in here chatting me up a little bit, and he what did he say? It's like, yeah, the script writers were getting lazy. Such an obvious script to have the in Boston, right? And it was true. You couldn't write up like a better script. It was like it was scripted. It yeah, it couldn't have been more amazing. Tim just running on Balkan headshotting 2 people. Yeah, he was nuts. And he's like the style of player that I like, I guess. Like, he's a very methodical player. Like, personally, as a player, I cannot relate to Stewie 2K at all. You know, like, just suicidal moves, or you take your, like, I don't personally make the plays that when they don't work out kind of make you look dumb. And yeah, I know, like, Stewie, sometimes it works, but sometimes when he goes through a smoke and just gets instantly one-tapped, it just looks stupid. Yeah, but like Automatic, I can relate to as a player because I feel like his playstyle is similar to mine. He's like a very slow player. He's always walking. He's not jumping around going crazy or anything like that. He's good in the late rounds. And it's just the style that I kind of modeled myself after a little bit. These wall bangs, eh? Fuck. Oof. A lot of pressure. And they take it. Like, Guardian had the op there, and he could not get engaged or pick a fair fight at all. Like with the flashes that were coming in, and then he threw a smoke to put out weird. I think he put out the molly for his teammate, but still, anyways, like he had an op, and he couldn't get engaged or pick a fight there at all. It's a really good take. Super solid, yeah. Automatic was super solid. Gets his one or two kills, and then more if you're lucky. Yeah. I really wish him the best in Valorant. He's playing with Dazed, and he was playing with Brax for a little bit in Valorant, but he's playing with Dazed and sorry, no, he wasn't playing with Brax. He replaced Brax on T1, and now he's playing with Skadoodle and Dazed. But I wish him the best. Like, I hope he does well. We'll see how, like, the playstyles that are transitioning well to Valorant. I feel like the slower, methodical players aren't gonna do as well, but we'll see. It seems like the guys that are doing really well are the ultra high fragging type guys, but the meta what happens. Like FaZe in North America, this FaZe team is all Overwatch players. And they all play with reckless abandon, and they're not styled after a CS team fucking at all. They're extremely good aimers, and they're very good in like a chaotic site take type scenario. And they just came second in Masters, losing to Sentinels. They beat a shitload of good teams. And I feel like that style is going to be dominant in Valorant. Reyna's BS in my opinion. Maybe it doesn't matter. I remember the first time I played against a decent team, holding a site was impossible. Just white for seconds. Yeah, the site takes in Valorant are insane. Like, honestly, having a site execute while playing Counter-Strike is very tame and relaxed. If you're holding the site and the team's throwing in smokes and flashes and mollies, it's very relaxed compared to Valorant. When a team executes against you in Valorant, it's like fucking chaos. It is absolute chaos. It's very difficult to deal with. The game goes from being super slow to like 100 miles an hour in a split second. Yeah, I think the insane site takes I think are there to stay in Valorant. I don't think that's going anywhere. Nice timing by Guardian. And it seems like as a defender in Valorant too, there's a lot. The upper level teams are usually leaning on retaking sites rather than trying to hold them. Just because the amount of utility and like coordination that teams can bring in to actually take a site it's unholdable. You can't do anything to hold it. They're fucking shooting arrows that show your character model through walls. Like, they're taking walls, they're mauling you out of places or smoking you out. It's impossible to hold the sites. It's just getting shot from every angle there. Fucking Scoodle. So teams are leaning more on like a retake strategy. They'll just kind of spot, maybe try and get a kill as an attacking team comes in, and then they'll just fall back and retake with 5 guys. That's happening on a lot of bomb sites in Valorant. They don't even fucking try to hold them. Just abilities everywhere. 3 different color smokes. Suddenly an earthquake appears. Playing fucking Viper, can't dash away. A wolf runs at me. Omen flanks. Yeah, it's insane. It is. Well, your first problem is playing Viper. Viper's actually in the meta in Europe and not in the meta at all in North America. She's run by, like, I don't think she was picked once in the Masters by a pro team. And I think she was picked a little bit by European teams, if I remember right. He'll make it work, yeah. I'm usually the guy that fucking gets suckered into doing smokes. Like I'll play brim because I actually want to put in some effort to win the fucking game instead of everybody just going duelist. But I actually, you know what? I don't even mind what people pick. Even in competitive, like I don't give a fuck if you pick 5 duelists or 4 duelists and what, like, it really doesn't bother me that much. I feel like the people freaking out about that. I mean, everyone's there to have fun, you know what I mean? Nobody's going pro by playing ranked Valorant. Her ult is really only good in clutches or holding sights, yeah. And if Sova throws a dart in Viper's ult, you're fucked. You're gonna get spotted and spammed immediately. Yeah, the wall is very good. It's not like picks matter in anything except the highest elo, yeah. It's like there's a post about the fucking pick process in the Valorant subreddits every goddamn day. Jeez. And then, like, I guess it's... A lot of these guys are coming from Overwatch and League of Legends where they've dealt with this shit for a long time. And, like, obviously I have never dealt with stuff like that. I never played Overwatch. I never really played League. I played a little bit of Dota, but it's just so dumb. Like, why are we taking it so seriously? You're gonna argue about who picks who, and then like half the team's not gonna use voice comms anyways. Sova probably the best overall agent, and I'd say Reyna's the best carry. Yeah, I agree. Sova. I'm surprised Sova hasn't been nerfed because he is fucking insane. He is insanely overpowered in my opinion. I thought they could reduce the radius of his dart. So like when it scans, it just doesn't scan quite as wide of an area, you know? I don't know, you gotta do something. Like he's literally wall hacking. You know? He's picked on everything except for split. Basically with 100% pick rate. And that's in all metas, like in all regions. Yeah, I was surprised. Like, they nerfed Sage and Cypher. They nerfed those guys into the ground. They nerfed the shit out of both of those agents. And then, I'm like, really? Nothing for Sova? I thought that was so weird. I was playing Cypher like 100% of the time before they nerfed him. And I was so pissed. he got nerfed so hard. They nerfed Cypher twice and Sage 3 times, and I feel like they could have just used like one nerf each. So many nades here, eh? Stewie's in such a shit position here. I feel bad for him. I'm surprised, like, he didn't really... If you're gonna get to the wall on Banana, I mean, your teammate further down Banana has to be the one that activates it. I don't know. Oh, I remember this. I remember this shot. This is a nice shot. Oh, he just misses. Yeah, I remember that from my demo review. That's why I've seen that before. Alright, Russian Stewie. Speaking of guys that fell off from their peaks, Olaf is like a shadow of his former self. He was so good. And like he wasn't even in top form on this phase team. He was unfucking touchable on Fnatic. It's crazy how and then he had that injury. He had a wrist injury, right? And then after that he was just never. How is Nico still B? Yeah. Oof, these needs. There, yeah, that's what we need, Tarek. Flash, yeah, you should have been flashing Stu when he was at the wall, though, earlier. He had at least, or he had like 2 spots named after him at one point. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Wasn't it him with the diffuse on overpass? On B site? Like he diffused through the molly? Wasn't that him that did that? And there's like angel wings or something. Or he got a graffiti for it. I think. But yeah, at the time the players on phase here, they were supposed to be like, they were supposed to be untouchable. Olaf, Guardian, Nico, and Rain were all insane. They had insane fragging power. Just, I remember that from the demo I did, actually. What a round here from the boys. He also beasted on the plateau on Cobble and, of course, on Train. Yeah, he was insane. All right, this is a good T. At the time, too, like, Inferno was so C time. Like, 6 rounds on your T side? But I feel like it's not really like that anymore. Now it's more even, maybe even a touch T-sided. Nice. See, I cannot relate to that playstyle from Stewie at all. You'd never catch me doing that in a game. Is. That's a good. Get rid of that op. Then they had Flushing and Crimson Edition with some JW Chaos to go with it. Yeah, that Fnatic team from 2014, 2015, they were very good. I 100% thought Flush was cheating, disclaimer, but also they had like their chemistry as a team was actually a step above everybody else. I remember watching them just kind of work bathrooms as a team in like the finals of tournaments and stuff like that, and you could tell that they had like that X factor in teamwork. They would always take contact plays on each other, and it was things that you wouldn't even, they weren't necessarily even communicating with each other. It was just like they knew when to peek off of each other, and they knew how to time certain attacks and stuff like that. Their teamwork at the time was insane. And then Flush of cheating at the time just was a cherry on top. That's what that brought them over the top. Oh, that should have been a double. You got robbed. You're a bit more daring with the op than rifles? Okay. Always felt confidence in super important. You always felt confidence was super important in CS, so you don't shy away from peaks unless I don't have a good reason for it. Yeah. I was always like a very slow player, like I'm making myself sound retarded here. No, I was always very, let's say, methodical. That sounds better. I was always like a methodical type player, and if I was in a 1v1vx or 1v1 1v2, I'd always take it slow. Basically, try and throw off timings, like internal clock timings of the players I'm playing against, type of deal, and that was always my play style. Dirty derp. What are you still doing here? Plus, it feels really good to give your team a 5v4. Yeah. Yeah. You got to mix it up, right? You can't always be aggressive and you can't always be passive. And this team, this Cloud9 team had a good mix of that. That was a prayer of a defuse there from Cloud9, thinking that they were going to be able to lock that one. They had guys like Automatic that were passive. And Skadoodle. Skadoodle was an insanely passive player. And then you had Stewie 2K and Tarek, the guys that brought the chaos. Speaking of chaos, YOLO. 8.5, yes. Couldn't be tighter. Oh, he got a little antsy, eh? Like he wanted to move forward just to... I wonder if he was going to peek to the car or just there was. Automatic was filthy with this deagle too. I wish I had seen him play a little bit more in Valorant, but they got knocked out so quickly I could barely even saw him play. And he's not much of a streamer. I don't think he's streaming at all. That's the cool thing about the Valorant scene with it being young like this. You could find pro players streaming and they have like 50 viewers. And you can just drop into their stream and talk with them and kind of get their train of thought on things like that. And yeah, it's harder to do that in CS, you know. Okay, I'll be right back. You remember a couple Automatic streams 2-ish years ago? Yeah, he's not a frequent streamer. Honestly, if I was... I don't know, if I was like coaching these guys or advising these guys, I would be like, there's a strong possibility your career is going to be less than 5 years. Build your brand and build your stream as best you can, because that might be your future after competitive gaming, right? Like, look at Hiko. He kind of always worked on his stream a little bit, and he never let it die. Like he was always loading up the stream in CS:GO, even when it was getting like a couple hundred viewers. And then he switched to Valorant, and like as soon as Valorant came out, he was one of the best players, and he already had kind of a little bit of an established stream. And now Hiko gets like 20,000 viewers, and he's got like 10,000 subs. Like, he could stop playing professional Valorant tomorrow and be set for life just by streaming, you know? That's a good thing about the Norwegian scene. There's like 50 people total, so it was chill to be able to hit up Skirk or a Beano stream and just chill with them. Yeah, that's awesome. I remember I was right after I made the Stewie 2K videos and Dan M made his Stewie 2K video. I wanted to get like the pros reactions to like the Dan M video basically. So I went into Twist's stream and there was 15 people in his stream. He was still playing for Misfits. There was like 15 people in his stream and I asked him about the Stewie 2K clips and stuff. And he thought and he's like, I forget what he said exactly. He's like, basically said it looked a little dodgy sort of thing. For him to even be able to read chat now, you know, if Twist were to stream today, he'd have like 10,000 viewers. It'd be impossible to talk to him. Or 5,000 viewers at least, you know what I mean? And then that video I made, Mo threatened to delete it, or Mo threatened to DMCA it because I used his footage, or I used some stream footage from him. So I had to take the video down, which was a bummer because it was a good video. Okay, what do we got going on in the game here? They're not fighting. They don't quite fight as hard for Banana as FaZe was, eh? I feel like this was consistent throughout the game, actually. They really didn't fight very hard for Banana at all. FaZe leaving the bomb super far back. Jesus. And they're not fight like... Actually, yeah. Stu mentioned this. I made the... on the Skadoodle video that I did, I had a little snippet from Stewie, and he watched this game on his YouTube channel. You could find him kind of reviewing this whole game. And he was mentioning how at the time they were playing like chicken shits, like playing super far back in the sites and not really trying to get map control anywhere. And then he just kind of mentioned, you know, like it was just a different meta back then for them. It wasn't the same. Jesus, that was the North American meta. Just flash through a smoke and go kill 2 people. Oh, if he would have got that kill, it would have been in this round. Now they got to, are they going to save? No, they're going to go for it, or at least get close and see if they can get a kill. You got to save here, right? No way. Mo is something else. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. You got to get out of there, automatic. You're fucking stuck. Yeah. Now you got to get out. Run! Yeah, that whole Stewie 2K Dan M video caused a fucking shitstorm. Mostly for Dan M, but a little bit for me. Not as big as the shitstorm that my Xantares video caused. I made my first Xantares video. I made it, and then I go to sleep like later that night. I wake up, and I have like over 99 tweets about me on Twitter, and I'm like, oh, like one of my videos must have went viral. This is awesome. I'm getting so much traction. And I read all and like I open the tweets and they're telling me to kill myself and go die and stuff like that. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? But in the Xantares video, like I called him out because it looked like he was cheating, and then I guess a big YouTuber in Turkey picked that up and kind of dissected my video, and then got his he had like 300,000 subscribers, and got his whole little crew to tweet about me and comment on my video and shit like that. Anyways, it was exciting times. What's my snack of choice while watching the tournament? I can't eat anything because I have to talk constantly. Who the fuck was... There's a Valorant streamer. Was it Baby Bay? There was a guy streaming chewing gum while and he's right up against his microphone chewing fucking gum. And I'm like, how could anybody listen to that for more than like 5 seconds? Anyways, yeah, I can't eat anything. Maybe I'll have some toast after this. Yeah, I can mute for a second, but jeez, man. Cut me some slack. I'm not hungry. Maybe I'll make some toast. I remember this. Yeah, like FaZe was so unaware of them saving there. And they get a gun out of it, if I recall. Oh, you just upgraded it. Yeah, they get an AK out of it. Because FaZe kind of didn't want to fight in construction, or they didn't know they were there. I don't know. Eat some Kraft cheese singles. Soft and goes down quick. Watching you at 4 a.m. from Bosnia. Damn, dude. Thanks. Shouldn't you be in bed? What the fuck are you doing awake? You got nothing to do tomorrow. That's why, right? Thinking about suicide? Jesus Christ. What the fuck, man? Is my stream that bad? Well, dude, it's never worth it. I'm sure somebody out there wants you, right? Shitty life. Hey, man, everybody goes through shitty phases, right? Everybody goes through shitty phases, and it's about getting to the other side of it. Then you'll have a story to tell. FaZe went through a shitty phase. Yeah, they did. Alright, what do we got here? No fight for banana at all from FaZe. And they're just going fast A. I remember that peak from the demo review that I did of him, and it was just... he like bit off more than he could chew, you know what I mean? Did I vote for Biden? No, I'm not Canadian. Did you vote for Biden? Or I'm not American. Did I say I'm not Canadian? I mean, I'm not American. Yeah, my bad. My bad. Sidetracked. If I was American, I would vote Trump. Well, I mean, lots of people voted for Trump. Do you watch Nelk Boys? I have no idea what that is, bro. Alright, this is really where the writing was on the wall for these fucking guys. For Cloud9. They're gonna get their 10th. Tarek with this fucking swag 7 here. But they get to FaZe, I think they make it 15-10, right? And then Cloud9 have to win the next 5 rounds, right? Still tons of game to go here. Or maybe they get to 11 because FaZe is saving. If you're in the nostalgia mood for the like the Eleague major run, I highly recommend Vital CS:GO's like recap that he did of it. It was you know, I did 5 days streaming these games. He has it nicely compacted into a 10-minute series or a 10-minute video. Anyways, he did a really good job on it, and his videos are fucking sick. FaZe could have easily won if they pushed B for 2 rounds. They were overthinking everything. I mean, it's hard to say. I don't know if it was that simple. I mean, they pushed B in overtime, and Stewie ate them up with the op as well. It's hard to say. It just didn't work out, right? Like, sometimes shit just doesn't work, you know? It's Counter-Strike, and there's a factor, there's a randomness factor. And the other team is trying just as hard as you to win, you know? So all the shit that you're trying, they're trying to stop. They really leave the bomb far back, eh? Oh my god. Oh, this setup. What a shit setup. They both get fucking so blind. Oh, Tarek doing his best. They both get so blind. The matchmaking drop spot, yeah. And then the bomb coming into sight like 10 minutes after they have sight. Are they actually going to go for this? There's no way. They're just going to get exits, right? No, they're trying. Oh. Oh, I would have given up after the failed run boost, I think. Or the guy going back for the bomb is killed by the rotator, yeah. Dude, and that's why I can't play matchmaking. Oh yeah, they just kill them all and then they get out of there, right? Yeah. They both survive. That's not bad. Gets an AK, right? Yeah. Oh, dude, Alex, you just brought back so many fucking Counter-Strike. I'd get so mad, dude. I would get so worked up and so tilted from shit like that. Or like the guys that just drop it in spawn and they don't like care if anybody else picked it up. When they notice it's down in spawn because you fucking dropped it, and they just run away from it. Not my problem. In Valorant, it's nice because they tell you the voice acting line. It's like, somebody forgot the spike in spawn. It's like, oh, that's actually really fucking handy. Alright, 15-11 with Cloud9 on the ropes. Oh, that's a better spot. Then somebody coming back and at least fucking grab it. Ah, that spot from Skadoodle, eh? What a turn by Tarek. Tarek can frag, man. The guy can fucking frag. Nico. Don't know what he was smoking there. That'll do it. 15-12. You have the voices off, so you didn't know that? Oh, no shit. I didn't even know you could turn the voice acting off. I think the most tilted I've ever been at my team was when I got the first 4 kills. Ended up in a 1v1 with 15 health. The amount of like 1v5s that are won in like public games. People just start hunting for kills, and like they don't take it seriously until the last person that's alive kills like 2 or 3 of you, and then they're in a 1v2. It's much more winnable, and they actually win the fucking round. Like, it happens way too often. So again, it's so passive. They don't have any intel at A. They don't have any intel at B. And like, FaZe did not fight for banana controller or anything. They didn't really even have any grenades. How is that not a kill? It looked like it hit him right. Perfect. Oh my god. I'm getting stressed watching this again, and I know what happens. This very easily could have been a round loss. With Guardian having the op here, very easy for him to get 2 kills in this position. But he whiffs. He needed that shot. Whiff again. Damn, man. That easily could have been 1. Kerrigan had like the construction wrap too, so he probably would have been good for 1. Yeah, that round could have gone the other way very fucking easily. Yeah, it's not like FaZe can't really blame one guy for not fragging at all. I mean, Rain had a bit of a slow game, but it's also a fact that Cloud9 just played good. They played really well. They played way above their actual consistent skill level, but like they were all popping off, and their peak was very high. Like, if they were all playing well, they were an extremely good team. They were third ranked. They were the 3rd ranked team in the world at the time, 3rd or 4th. So it's not like they were considered a shit team or anything. They weren't outside the top 10. Or it's just FaZe at the time was considered stupid good. Impossible. You can't give NA teams credit. Yeah. Like, I was going through the HLTV match history looking for the Cloud9 versus FaZe game, and I think this is one of the only series where Cloud9 actually beats FaZe. All the other times they played in 2018, FaZe beat Cloud9. But this was the biggest tournament, right? It's the one that mattered. They only win because the EU team's messed up. Stewie with the hold. I do remember Nico being underwhelming in OT, but could just be a bias. I mean, it's a small sample size too, right? It's only a handful of rounds. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head what Nico's stats were for the whole major, but I'm sure they were pretty good. But it's his thing, right? Like he just can't put it together with a team. Actually, I did do one demo review on Nico. I don't know. I wonder what he could change. Because, yeah, career-wise, Nico should have better results career-wise than he has. He's been a top 5 player for, like, what, years? 5 years at least. And he's, how many tournaments has he won? Like, not many. I'm going to look it up right now, actually. I'm curious. All right, let's see here. Of course, there's like 10 different fucking Nikos. All right, there we go. Total prize winnings of $769,000. Damn. 24 years old only. Okay, they had some good winnings in 2018 actually as FaZe. Oh shit. Was this the Stewie 2K hold? Yeah, I think so, eh? Yeah, it is. Alright, this is a classic. This is a classic. Boom. There it is. Going to OT. Yeah, Nico won like one A tier tournament in 2019 again, and they beat Nip in the finals for 125,000. But like most of his good results were in 2018 and 2017. Oh yeah, they did actually. You know what? They did pretty good as FaZe. What am I saying? Shit, they won Eleague against Astralis in 2017. Okay, that's a better career than I thought he had. Yeah, he's got several first place results like in 2017-ish. Crowd going nuts, C9 all standing up piped, and then we're heading into OT. They just never got the major. Yeah, they never got a major. Yeah, I almost want to have like the... Fuck, I almost just want to rewatch the stream VOD, you know? Maybe that would be a good idea too. Although there's caster chatter and stuff, but... Yeah, like watching the demo, it's not the same because you don't have the pumped in audio from the audience. And like FaZe as the team that has, you know, they had Cloud9 on the ropes at 15-11 or 15-12. Then like all the momentum and the fans are with Cloud9, right? They must have been fucking pissed. This was their major to lose, just like Liquid losing against Astralis after the Intel Grand Slam. Like that was Liquid's major to lose, and they lost it, you know. Oh shit, we at the final map? Yes we are, sir. I'm just saying Kerrigan was the IGL in 2017-2018. Yeah, that's true. I love this play by Automatic. And even if he would have pushed right through the smoke, it would have been awesome. That fucking shot is so hard to hit from Stewie there. Just that little headshot. Even that round, I'm like, holy fuck, Nico's gonna win this. But he didn't. This game is something out of a movie. Yes, it is. The script writers got it correct. You sound North American, Manga Dog. Am I correct in saying that you're North American? Yeah, you're right. They did run low on time. I wonder if that was like a flaw in their calling, right? It's kind of a chronic problem on Inferno. It's too easy to delay on Inferno. That's kind of the one knock on the map, right? As a CT, you can delay a terrorist hit on B, you know, 10, 20, 30 seconds, depending on how well you hold your smokes. And like that smoke that he just threw there is probably just trying to bait out some CT utility, but he didn't get anything. Watching any Zeus-led team on Inferno was fucking brutal. I know! You're so right. Oh, you're so fucking right. Navi used to be brutal for running out of time. They were terrible at it. They fucking always... This round's sick, by the way. We gotta watch this. Scoodle has a sick round here. Oh, the fucking spectator missed it. Yeah, I should have I knew Skadoodle got 3 kills there. I should have just went to him instead of relying on the auto spectator. But Skadoodle has like a 180 turn to get the 3rd kill there. The Gambit Immortal Major Finals has to be the worst major of all time. I don't recall it as a major in my mind. It's crazy that he won a major with that team, eh? That was such a weird major. That was more of a miracle run than this one was. Like how the fuck that ended up happening, I have no idea. Also, that Immortals got to the finals. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 2 teams. I don't know where they ranked in the top 10 at the time, but I feel like they were very fringe top 10, if that. 2 teams that would be lucky to get to the playoffs end up in the finals. Yeah, exactly. Olaf. Another. He switches to the op, I guess, to try and get 1, right? Oh my, the timing. Oh, and Tarek doesn't finish it. Holy shit. Dude, this so easily could have gone. Oh, maybe he does win it, actually. I don't even know. Oh, no, never mind. You're Aussie, actually? Okay. That was the major with the crouch jump exploit, correct. I don't remember that one. I remember Big abusing that. I don't remember what major they did it at. Was it the one with Zeus? Where Gambit won? I'm surprised. I don't know, foreign source. I guess I felt like only North Americans would say this was like the best game ever, but it seems like a lot of people are saying it. And you were all correct. This is the best game ever. This is the best matchup ever. Nico's pushed through this fucking smoke. So Stewie 2K, yeah, and he kills the bomb carrier. And everybody's like, oh, fuck. Stewie 2K, when he made the video, like Stewie 2K watches this last map on his YouTube page. And he talks about this round and kind of what was going through their heads when they realized Nico pushed through that smoke. And just totally fucked up their whole round. because he kills the bomb carrier. They had B site for free. If the bomb carrier would have made it to site, like, they would have had the round anyways, even with Nico pushed through that smoke. But yeah, his review of the game is really good. Oh, look at that late bomb carrier killed while running to site. Absolutely. Yeah, like, how does he get separated, you know? It's like one of those little fine details that pro teams can improve. You know, pro teams are so good at so many things, but there's always a little bit of room for improvement. Yeah, at that point he just wants to die. You're not going to save the op. Alright. 18-16. That's the thing, that if you lose, you remember while trying to sleep. Yeah, for sure. The losses are way more memorable than the wins. Unfortunately, that's just how the human mind works. What a fucking peek by Kerrigan. What the fuck? This is the Stewie versus Kerrigan round. Yeah, you're correct. Maybe the next one, actually. Maybe not this round, maybe the next round. It's Stewie's comment on that, or what does he say? What does he say in his video? He's like he 100% thought he was going to win that clutch against Kerrigan, you know? And like, that's the type of confidence you need to be a professional at anything, though, right? I'm sure North America thought he had really good chances too. It was basically a straight up aim fight between Kerrigan and Stewie. You would think Stewie would win something like that 9 times out of 10. And they had to go into double OT. I'm versus Kerrigan on aim map. It would not be pretty. He sarcastically said he's just a better player. Yeah. I mean, Kerrigan's a underrated player, in my opinion. He's a very good player. But if we're talking just straight up aim, and which is what the peak was, like they just, yeah, Skadoodle was caught running there, right? Nico heard him running, got spammed right through the smoke. Oh, you're right. This is the round. My bad. This is the round against Kerrigan. Kerrigan's lit too. He's only got 38 health. And that was a whiff by Stewie, to be honest. Whiff. Yeah, he's an IGL, right? He's not supposed to be able to go toe to toe with one of the better fraggers on the other team. He's had a good career, though. He's had a long career. Kerrigan's been around for a long time now. And, like, it's been brought up many times about how he's maybe not cut out for it or whatever, but he's had really good performances. Or he's been on a lot of good teams and made young players into better players, which is exactly what you want your IGL to do, right? So many rounds it could have ended. Yeah, absolutely. It's difficult doing both at once. Yes, for sure. Depends on the person too, right? And the people you have around you. Like, if you have a team where you need to micromanage everything, then it's going to be way more difficult to IGL that type of team than if you're like one cerebral mind that kind of where people can just read each other's minds. That's what I always felt like Fnatic was like in 2014. their teamwork looked like they were reading each other's minds, sort of thing. Like they weren't really considered to have an amazing IGL or whatever. They had Pronax, who really wasn't considered that great. They should have won this fucking round too, by the way. Cloud9. If Tarek would have just kept contact there, instead they were trying to outplay themselves, and then Guardian knew exactly where automatic was. More players maybe just naturally mesh really well together. That's, you know. But if you're playing on a team where 3 of your teammates have fucking 6 brain cells combined, you're going to have a difficult time. Kerrigan won some majors back in 1.6. No shit, I didn't know that. Existence was a micromanage. And it works out for some players. Like, it was kind of... Oh, automatic. Sick. It was kind of a thing with Skadoodle early in his career. Dazed and Sean Gares had mentioned, like, Skadoodle really performed at his best when he was kind of told what to do. Because if you didn't tell him what to do, he would just literally never take a fucking fight. He would be like the most passive person ever. And like it just gets too predictable. So if you just have that little bit of micromanagement with him, you tell him to go take a stupid straight up gunfight. And he often won them because he's really good. Yeah, he was just a player that needed to be micromanaged a little. Oh, that was so close to winning that clutch. Wait, does the bomb go off? No. 0.2 seconds remaining. There's the pick'ems at the top. 93-7, you're right. 93% chance for FaZe to win on the pick'em predictions. That's crazy. Yeah, I also remember the rumors that he never talked. I think it was a nuke round where he held outside and didn't call something that sparked it. Yeah, I think I brought that up in one of my videos. Did you watch my Skadoodle video? I think I talked about that. Like Skadoodle literally let the entire Fnatic team smoke him off outside. They're all running downstairs on nuke, and like you look at the comms or you look at the VOD. Skadoodle doesn't open his mouth once. None of his teammates react to like the entire Fnatic team running downstairs, and then they get into the bottom bomb site on nuke. And they have a full post plant set up. They plant the bomb. Like, it's like, dude, if you literally would have fucking just said anything, your teammates could have met them downstairs. And it was like 15-14 right at the end of the game. Anyways, and then they lost to Fnatic in the finals because of it. Like, I really think it was just the nerves. He literally planted the bomb for himself there. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Where he planted the bomb there, yeah. Like, he didn't have to. Yeah, they could have, like... You know, it's so easy for us to watch this in hindsight. And like, I fucking do this all the time. I know it's way easier for me to watch it in hindsight than for these guys to play it full time. Okay, I gotta shut up here because Tarek does an amazing round here. Tarek goes nuts. And he tells automatic not to peek here. You can see his like you can read his lips on the player cams, and he yells at him not to peek. But yeah, it's really easy for us to watch it and kind of be critical of the plays and stuff like that, but it's so much harder to do it in real time. And even though Tarek planted for himself, and you know there may have been a more optimal way for him and automatic to play that clutch, it's so fucking hard to like think of all that stuff in real time when you're playing. It's impressive how they keep their calm either way. I'd be beyond nervous at that stage. Fucking right. Fucking right. Dude, my hands start shaking when I'm in like a 1v1 clutch in like matchmaking. I'm like, Jesus. What a great apps take. Do you see that? Rush pushes as soon as automatic gets the kill. Shoots Olaf in the back. That was an awesome, awesome apps take. Gotta go by. Later, dude. All right. 20-19. What's our scoreboard looking like here? Tarek with 34. Stu with 32. Rush bringing up the rear, but like I said, Rush had a lot of good games earlier on, actually. When they were getting out of the Swiss format. He had a really good set of games there. Stu and Tarek were in the flow state. Yeah, they were fucking going off. You got to be the type of player that wants to be in this type of position, right? That's the only way to be a successful pro player. Like, you need to have that part inside you that says, you know, you want to be the guy left in the clutch situation. You want to be the guy taking the entry fights. And it's like that for professional sports too, right? Like professional athletes, you need that part of you that says that you want to be the guy that's up in the bottom of the ninth with 2 out, you know, with the game on the line. Thinking that, you're never going to be successful. Skadoodle's straight nasty hero, but we got to go to Skadoodle. That's nice. Like, the amount that he just delays sitting behind there. Delays for like an uncomfortable amount of time. So his teammates can get over onto the site. Very nice. One more round for Cloud9. By the way, what do you think about Sabrosa being a top tier player in Valorant, coming from being a filthy cheater? I am very pissed that players like Flusha and Sabrosa could seemingly nobody worries about it anymore. I thought Sabrosa was very clearly cheating. Never caught him with software in on his computer, right? Like, so you can't ban him. And I mean, if I'm a Riot employee and I get to decide whether he gets to play or not, unfortunately you have to allow him to play, right? Because he was never actually caught with anything. I just wish they would catch him, you know. But you can't stop the guy from playing. If I worked at Riot, I would begrudgingly have to let him play. What I really don't is like, I don't like how easily him and Flusha were able to repair their reputations, and now everybody jokes about how Flusha cheated. Haha, lol, it's so funny. It's like, yeah, the dude won like $500,000 in prize money, and that's hilarious that he did that while cheating. The blatant denial is most people don't even know he cheated. I know, yeah, especially in the Valorant scene. Like, the Valorant scene isn't as connected. It doesn't have as long of a history as CS. And I think the average player is probably younger, and they may not have been around 5 years ago. The way they played this was really nice, by the way. Like, Skadoodle just playing it so slow, letting Rush get into a decent spot. And then Guardian just gets caught in a fucking terrible position. Because he hears Rush jumping around and making footsteps, so he swings to peek him. And that's the end of the game. But yeah, I don't think the Valorant scene really knows much about, like, they don't really talk about its history that much. And yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Luckily, though, they're not really a top team anymore. TSM is actually pretty shit. Although they're adding Brax now, so they're probably going to be better. But for now, anyways, they're pretty garbs. It's hilarious that kids never played CS and they're defending Sabrosa as in the clips. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Like I said, I just wish they caught some people. Like, throw us a fucking bone and catch somebody that's cheating once every like 2 years at the pro level. I mean, yeah, they caught Forsaken, but I mean like the real pro level. I don't know, man. It sucks. I feel these guys. I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to take and go to sleep. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me for this major run from Cloud9, and I had fun doing it. And the channel will be returning to normal content next week. So